Hello, welcome to ESVA platform. So I'm going to take you through a demo of the prototype of what we're going to build for you. So we'll start off with a landing page. So the landing page will be the entry of our application, which contains different things that the platform does offer. So on this page, the user can be able to sign in. So on clicking, will be taken to a page that he can sign in using email and password. So if he doesn't have an account, he can still register using the email and password. We can still add more details for account creation so that we can make sure we pick the rightful details. And then upon creating an account, you can also create an organization. So here, for an example, you pass the Ekonava Impact Partners name, the country where it's located, the organization type. There's a developer, consultant, lead. Yeah, so you can add the organization type. So after he creates the organization, he can also add more user, or you can invite team members to the same dashboard or the account that you have created. So here he just creates he sends an invite using the email, and as well he can pass on different roles. So the user that is currently inviting can give him maybe an accessor role, organization admin, or a viewer, and you can still add more than one. So you can still not just pass one member, but you can pass multiple members. So after sending the invite, you can finish the setup and you'll be redirected to the dashboard now. So this is the organization dashboard or the client dashboard. So on this page, the first thing you will see is on maybe the assessment that are in progress, the completed assessment, and then an average overall score. For example, here we're seeing a 2.9, modules owned, and then we have continued where you left. These are maybe assessment that they were created before, but he has not yet finished making that assessment, and you can see different of them. So here you see he had created Amara, he has created Kilombero Rice Estate. So these are assessments that are still in progress. He has not yet accomplished them, he has not completed them. So we also have some recent reports that we have over here. So we see the project, we see date, the risk, and then can still even download it, and various activities that's happening, and then you have a basic notification over here. So we can also see the assessment page. So here you can see the number of assessment, the ones that are in progress, complete, average score, and we have in form of a table and as well as in form of cards. So if he clicks one, you can see the details. Maybe shows what happened from the creation, scope completed, payment. Yeah, so you can choose the layout that you want, if it's a table or a card. Yeah, so you can see different parts of it. You can be able to search individually. You can choose a sector, you can choose a status, you can choose even a date, maybe it's today or which day they were created. Now we move to the other part, which is now on catalog. So catalog basically shows you different modules that we are having and the price that we are charging per module. So here we can see it's charging 420 for biodiversity, the climate, water, and influence. So we have the price of it, and then currently we have just stated the amount to be 2600 USD for a complete or a full bundle of the entire modules. So something about the catalog is that whenever you pick one, this will be included in the payment part of the module. So before you do no assessment, you have first of all to include the modules that you want to use to do the assessment. So you have first of all to maybe pick them over here, and then when you go to payment, they will just be auto-populated. You make the payment, and when the assessment are going to open, you'll have now the modules that you had chosen and the payment that you had made for them. So if you click unlock module, it will take you to the payment. We are using Paystack. So you choose which method of payment you want. It is card, M-Pesa, bank. You put your billing details and then you click pay. So it will say opening Paystack, confirming we put the payment, and then you start your assessment. You can also download the receipt if you want. Yeah, so if you click start your assessment, it will redirect you to the assessment page, and the assessment page it will be this one. So let me just talk about it because we have already opened it. So over here you'll have to maybe input the name of the assessment. You see this one is Amara Solar Phase 2, and this matches what we had under the different assessment over here. So you'll input a new assessment name, the country, the organization, project reference, different sectors that it is. So you pick a sector. So if it's under agriculture, if it's under renewable energy, mining, you just pick a sector that solar phase 2 is in. So for now, we put renewable, move to the next part of the form, which is ground mounted solar, and then technology is this, then continue, then put maybe the location, coordinates, pick it from the map. You can choose your coordinates, and then now you pick from the map how many sites. So use coordinates, continue. So focus flags. So focus flags, anything you already know about this site. This refines, new replaces the assessment scope. So which scope is it located to? The assessment, and then you do a review of what you have inputted, and then you continue. So over here, if you check well, we have different modules. So as I was saying, if you had inputted them in the catalog part, automatically should be populated over here, but still you can still include them. And as you can see, when you're including them, the prices is incrementing. Yeah, and now you continue to payment. So if you proceed to payment, it will be similar to what I showed you before, and now you'll be able not to be open that page of assessment workspace after you've paid, and the assessment workspace looks like this. So on this part now is now the part of assessing. So here you have to check the module that you did pick and the question that you're going to answer here. This will mark or will help give you a better assessment. It will make sure that you get the better score. So you have to make sure like the values that you're inputting here is just like a questionnaire. So here you just have to maybe put the values correctly so that you can do your perfect assessment score. So here you can see it's asking you hazard exposure. Is the project location within a map flood hazard zone, 100-year return period? So you pick your value, is a yes or no. So if it's a yes, and then maybe you drop a file, you put an estimate. So it will be something like this. So you have to make sure like based on the modules that you pick and then based on the questionnaire, you give relevant answers that gonna boost your assessment score value. So for our case, these are the values that we did pick, and these are the questions that we have to answer based on what we had picked as our modules. So here, after you have filled those details, so maybe all those criteria, maybe it's under climate, water and influent, infrastructure and setting, land use, epic and community, security, you now go on submitting your score. So here you're being told submit 4 criteria for scoring. You can't edit answers after scoring begins. So if you click submit now, it's going to submit your assessment, and you can keep track of it. If you go to your dashboard, you'll be able to see it. So after you have submitted your scoring, you'll be taken now to the report review. So in the report review, you're going to see all those details that now they've been assessed, and now you have the feedback. So I've been told now that it's a moderate risk, 2.7 out of 5. Then I've been told the project presents moderate overall vulnerability driven primarily by land use. And then we see under the biodiversity module 3.8, water and effluent 2.9, climate hazard. So we have every scoring based on the different modules. And then we're seeing a criterion profile, criterion details. So these are basically the outcome of our scoring. So you can see every detail, every module is being given a status, whether it's high or moderate, and also we are being given every statement. Every module is given a better explanation as to why it's got that. Yeah. So I've been told any physical economic displacement expected, economic and social grazing access. Yeah, so we have that part as our report profile. So I'll just go back to the page we were before. the meaning should be this one. Yeah, catalog. Yep. So here is the reports that maybe we obtained from our assessment. So you see here we have a score, a risk, that's generated, and you have different reports, and you can download these reports, you can use it for later use, and then you can see we can compare versions, track how mitigation changes goes between reports tracked from the same project. So you can compare different version, if it's the version 1 and the version 2 after you do maybe your assessment. Yeah, so that's how the report part looks like, and then move to the next part, which is under the team. So over here you can invite members to the team, you can add an email, you can give him a role, and then you can see different members that are part of your organization. So like Khadija as the organization, you can see these are the members that are present. You can add more members, you can invite them. Settings, here you make it to look much better or much appealing based on your preference. So here you can see the profile, the billing preferences. Yeah, so just the settings part. So this will represent the organization dashboard or the user's dashboard or the client dashboard part of it. Now the other dashboard, which is very important, is now for the Ekonava or the platform admin, because he's the one who will be able to manage all of the other organizations that will going to use now this assessment tool. So for that, I'm going to open the admin dashboard, which now is the platform admin. We see this is a platform overview, live snapshot of organization assessment, module revenue, and scoring health. So we are seeing the total number of organizations that are present, the assessment this month, gross revenue this month, reports generated. Then we see the assessment over time. We have a graphical view and a donut shape of the different risks that are currently present on the assessment. It is low, moderate, high, critical, and then we have some bars. Yeah, we're going to make it look much more good and much more appealing. Yeah, and then we see the recent organizations that are present. Amara, Kilombero, Void, Tamale, Lagos, Accra. So these are different clients or different organizations that are now using the tool. So we move to the organization part, we can see them, we can see the status. It is an active, it is suspended, yeah. And over here you can see the members present, the lifetime value or the revenue that they're bringing to your platform, and then you see the recent payments that they have made, and then you can also suspend an organization. So if you click over here, you can see you can suspend it, and you're being told suspend Amara Renewable Ltd. This immediately blocks sign in for all members. This action is audit logged, so we shall also be using logs. So logs will help us to keep track on anything that is happening on our platform. Yeah, so you can either suspend it. For now I'll just cancel that. You can see all categories, see this Kenya. You can filter them based on a given region. You can also add an organization. Yeah, then we move to the pricing. So the pricing, here we have an editable module price. So if you have a module that you need maybe to do an edit of it, maybe we opt as an organization that we need to set biodiversity maybe to 420, you change it to 210, you can easily edit it, and now this will be able to trigger on the other client's end that now whenever they're doing now an assessment, the price is low, so it will populate directly to the client end or the organization that are on board. So we see the total we have set to 2600. We can also edit the total amount. Maybe we say we want to take it to 3000, because these things are always fluctuating, they keep on changing, so we have to provide a way as admins can be able to change the actual price. So we have a beautiful page that now he can be able to make those module changes, and if now you go to that catalog page as a client, you can see the prices have changed. The other part is on methodology. So the methodologies are the different things that we're using to maybe analyze various documents. So these are the methodologies. So you're seeing version, scoring model, criteria, weights, guidance, and scoping rules that power the assessment engine. So these are what powers the assessment engine and helps in ensuring that the scoring meets what is needed in terms of criteria. So over here you can be able even to edit one of it, and you can see the status is published. You can create one, you can publish a methodology, yeah. And then we have the financing part. So now financing, as a platform admin, you need to see what revenue those organizations that are on board on your SaaS platform, what are they bringing at the end. So you can see the gross revenue, the pay stack fees, the net revenue, platform share, the month, the custom, yeah. And then we have a bar that shows different prices or revenue module. Then we have some graph here. So with time we're going to bring more metrics, bring more analytics, so that we can give you a better view on that. And then we have a commission ledger, yeah. So we have a commission ledger as well on this page. So with time we're going to add more content on here, but this is just one of the things that we can add under the finance section. So those are the key parts of this project, and I'm looking forward to working on it, and we are going to give our best, and we are going to make sure the work looks amazing and appealing before you. Thank you.